Now, I want to talk briefly before time does run out for our show, which is coming rapidly to an end. There's a few things that are going on in our local chapter. We have next week, the second Tuesday of every month, our main San Diego Americans for Safe Access chapter meeting. It happens at the La Jolla Brew House. That's Tuesday, the 14th of June at 7 p.m.
That's always fun.
It is, from 7 to 9. You can find out the latest news. You can meet both Marcus and myself, and as well as all the other board members of Americans for Safe Access that help drive the chapter and make change in San Diego. And you can help join an effort to help protect access in your neighborhood and find out what you specifically can do. So I hope to see everyone there, the 2 listeners that are listening to us today.
Both of you, please come.
Definitely, and I'm sure you will be there. Another thing I want to talk about is a few myths and facts about medical marijuana. Marcus, what do you think about a little section about myths and facts? Asa has a great list of about 12 myths and facts.
Before we get on that, just after the meeting, the next Tuesday ASA meeting.
That's right.
We have a
South Bay.
The South Bay meeting has been moved up one day. Normally it's the Thursday following that Tuesday meeting, but that Wednesday is when the council will be meeting to vote to ban dispensaries. So I was hoping that folks that normally come to the meetings, and if both of you listening would possibly come to the South Bay meeting, which will be held that following Wednesday. So Wednesday the 15th.
Now you just confused both people, and they're going to come to both events, hopefully, or neither.
Yeah.
I recommend both. Just show up both days. Just be there at the city council meeting, and stop by Marcus's office any day. It's Ideal Choice Insurance, located at 1233 Palm Avenue, and it is the official South Bay ASA headquarters for the County of San Diego, and soon to be the home and the official address of record for the new San Diego Americans for Safe Access Political Action Committee.
Yeah, and they're also offering anyone that calls from Nut Radio and says, I'm calling from Nut Radio, they're offering a significant discount on any down payment on new policies. And it's so significant that I advise both of our listeners to call them, get a quote, find out how much it would cost, then mention Nug Radio and see how much the quote drops to. It'll be that significant that you'll have to go with it.
I look forward to getting my insurance through Ideal Choice Insurance in the near future. Now, what about the myths and facts of medical marijuana? Let's just take a couple and discuss them for a minute. How about myth number 5? The medical community does not support medical marijuana, and only groups that want to legalize it or legalize drugs support medical marijuana.
Well, last I checked, UCSD is not listed among the groups that want to.
They're not wait. Are you telling me UCSD is not a chapter of NORML?
No, nor are they a member of Americans for Safe Access. Yet, they do know, if you will go to their website, that in fact marijuana is medicine.
And among the organizations that support access for medical use, now this is according to the Myths and Facts brochure provided to us by Americans for Safe Access, among the organizations that support access for medical use and research are, just to name a couple, American Medical Association, the Institute of Medicine, American College of Physicians, American Academy of Family Physicians, the American Public Health Association, American Nurses Association, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, American Academy of Addiction Psychiatry, American Academy of HIV Medicine, and National Women's Health Network. So all those groups, I think, would beg to differ with the assumption or with the assertion that marijuana is not a medicine. Another myth that we should talk about is that research has not shown that smoked marijuana can treat pain. Marcus, what do you think about it? Does actually smoked marijuana treat pain?
Well, I don't want you to trust me, but if you'll take UCSD, I just keep pointing to UCSD, only because first it's local, so you can run right over there if you'd like and check it yourself.
Ask Dr. Grant.
Dr. Grant, who last I checked, I keep sending him emails, he won't respond. He's not an activist. He's a doctor. He's too busy for me. So, Dr. Grant, according to his research, which is a laboratory full of other researchers,
Federally funded.
Also found not the last research, the last research was really interesting, but the one before that was that MS, multiple sclerosis, very medical term, very debilitating disease that is suffered usually surprisingly by people above 40. And when they suffer it, there's some conditions that come along with it, such as spasticity, as well
Muscle
as
spasticity.
muscle spasticity, which is where you have spasms in your muscles, and those not only shake but also cause pain. Well, those muscle spasms and pain caused by MS, it turns out, according to Dr. Grant at UCSD locally, medical cannabis smoked in a joint, rolled, is the best go-to drug for the relief of those conditions. Out of all possible drugs to use, it is the #1 choice. So I don't know how anyone can say smoking cannabis is not medicinal when Dr. Grant is smarter than them.
Not only that, but the study showed that there is nothing currently better on the market to treat muscle spasticity associated with multiple sclerosis than smoked cannabis, specifically smoked cannabis. 2 recently published studies, aside from the ones we just talked about, have confirmed that smoking marijuana is effective in treating not just chronic musculoskeletal pain, but neuropathy, a type of nerve pain that often does not respond to any other drugs.
Wait a minute, you're talking about then other diseases that maybe UCSD didn't investigate, and they wouldn't have investigated it. Why? And it was because they were only funded to find harm related to medical marijuana. And out of all the results and reports and point two that I keep doing to UCSD, those were...
They have found none?
They found no harm. As a matter of fact, all the non-harm that they found was cure after cure after cure for the conditions so various that one can't even imagine. And now, if they were allowed to actually do research, they may find you've got other debilitating diseases, the things that you just mentioned. There's Lou Gehrig's disease in there. There are things that there are no cures for that people need help with. Why could they possibly consider marijuana? Oh, it can't be patented.
But wait a minute, there's Marinol. You can just go get a prescription
But that just
for
has
Marinol,
THC in it. I understand
and it'll
that.
help you out.
Yeah, but
right?
THC gets you high, and the cannabis gets you cured.
Actually,
While you
Marinol is a synthetic copy of THC. Just one of the more than 100 known cannabinoids found in marijuana. Marinol is expensive. It does not work for everybody. It has inconsistent results.
So
it creates much more adverse side effects, and it does not relieve symptoms as quickly or effectively as whole plant therapy.
Yeah, well, it's a stripped down model. I mean, it's similar. It reminds me of the TV commercial where somebody buys a car, but he didn't have enough money. So instead of having an air conditioner, he has this huge fan in front of him. You know, it's the same thing. Here, take the Marinol and 17 codeines and call me tomorrow.
And this brings our Marijuana is Medicine show to an end. Just want to briefly mention, visit safeaccesssd.org to find out the latest information on medical marijuana in San Diego, to find out when the next meetings are, to find out the meeting locations, to find out how you can get involved and how you can make a difference right here in San Diego in your own neighborhood to defend safe access, to defend patients' rights, and to defend and implement this law that has been on the books for over 15 years now. It's going on 16 pretty soon. And another thing that I want to mention is make sure that you continue to support and listen to nudradio.com. Make sure that you support the other shows out there, and take a look at all the articles coming out and that will continue to come out on safeaccesssd.org. And if you want to get a hold of either myself or Marcus, just shoot us an email over at sandiegoasa@gmail.com. That's sandiegoasa@gmail.com.
All right, everybody. You have a great day. And remember, marijuana is medicine. The next time someone looks at you and says it's not, point to UCSD, it's the easiest place right up the street. You have a great day, and we'll leave you with a little Israel Vibrations, Yama and Rastafari.